building a kitchen! I have to build a drawer now. A stupid $40 mistake! I just pinched my back. Ow, what the heck? This breaks right now on camera. Oh my god. This feels monumental. A little helper in here. You make this tiny home even cozier. Did you know that? I guess I can just redo it. What the heck? Like, I can't stop, like, shaking. Like, actually seeing my dream come true. Alright, so this is pretty wild because you guys are totally getting a sneak peek of where I am right now and what's happened since this video. But welcome back. Hi everyone, if you're new, my name's Ellie. I've been converting this shuttle bus into a tiny home on wheels for the past year and a half while working my full-time job in environmental tech and a side job as well. And, well, from this intro, yeah, she's done, which is so exciting. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself though. For this video, we are building a kitchen, so please enjoy. Alright, so pretty much at this time, we conveniently had my aunt and her boyfriend come down to the city that we live in to visit us for a couple days, and I just knew if I happened to time this out perfectly, I would then have 2 full-grown men to carry my fridge into the bus. Alright, hear me out, listen, I've done this whole entire thing literally completely alone. Research, physical work, labor. I tore this thing apart with these 2 hands with painted nails and my little self. And so I'm all for doing everything yourself. I'm a little bit too much for doing things all for yourself, that it's got me in a little bit of trouble sometimes. But in this case, I remember getting my fridge. You guys saw it in a video when I first got my fridge delivered. It was like one of the first things that I bought because I was just so excited, and I knew that I wanted to buy like the big ticket items that I was going to be using every day and really wanted to put good money into. My fridge, when I ordered it, came, a full ass delivery truck came into my driveway and then had to lower it down. This man put it on half a forklift to drive it into our garage. I was not prepared for this at all. So I'm looking at the thing and he's like, "Where do you want it?" And I was like, can you fit in the garage? Like, it was terrifying. I was home alone. I didn't know what the heck was going on. So, needless to say, as soon as that fridge sat in there, it literally stayed in there for over a year before I was ready to move this thing anywhere, because I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how we were going to pick it up. I didn't possibly know how we would get it up and into the bus. As you'll see, what I essentially did, the way that I built this, is when I was actually putting everything in, I built it from front to back, meaning I built kitchen to the back, which you can kind of see, but I'm going to pretend that you can't see it. So that all of my appliances and all the big materials I could move in from one of 2 doors. I'm in a 4-window short bus, so I do have a double door wheelchair lift where I remove the wheelchair lift, and I also have a back door as well. So I knew I wanted those to be accessed so that I could move all my appliances in without any of this kind of build in the way. Fantastic. So smart. Very glad I did that. But I knew that they were coming over, so I knew that this kind of had to be ready and also kind of needed to be shown to somebody. And I am not gonna lie, that was the first time that I'd really like shown people what I was doing. I know they were still in my family, but it was really intimidating. Again, I had no idea what I was doing. This is the first time that I've ever done a project like this, so it was really scary. But I remember when I got it cleaned up and I got them to bring my fridge inside. I got one of the best compliments that I've ever gotten on the bus, and it's gonna sound so silly, but the compliment was coming from my aunt's boyfriend, who pretty much just said, like, yeah, I mean, when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool, but then you realize who did it, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I know that doesn't sound like a huge compliment to everybody, but that just warmed my heart. I remember it to this day. This was months ago now. And it just made me feel so good, because from somebody who either comes from a family or is just generally like used to working on stuff and used to building stuff, to have that compliment come from somebody to somebody who like wasn't around all of this stuff, didn't grow up around this stuff. It just meant so much. So anyways, I started putting together my cabinets, essentially. I got them to move my appliances in here, which was actually really, really good. I started putting together my cabinets late at night because once I got into the project, I was just so excited to see them come together. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm in the garage sanding. My uncle one day, had the garage door open and he came over as just like, he just pops in sometimes to see us for dinner, and I was like in the garage working just like this, but the door was open. He scared the living daylights out of me. He was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't want to scare you, you're using power tools, I didn't know what was going on. And so yeah, there's quite a few funny moments in this process that I just kind of wanted to remember. Anywho, let's jump into when I finally got some form of cabinet shell in here. By the way, I know that this looks a little bit overkill, but I don't know. Looks pretty now. Let's hope it stands up, I guess.
The Imperial Decree. Admiral Kanafta here was in command of a conquest expedition.
Well, hello. I'm watching my mom back into the driveway. Bus updates. The bus has been coming along decently fast because finally we're getting to the point in the project where everything that gets done is visual. So that's cool. Yeah. My kitchen should be ready actually pretty soon. I designed the bus for the build to be like relatively simple for a couple reasons. One, so that it wasn't so overwhelming. Come to find out, really, the overwhelming part was like all the stuff that I've done this past year, and now this part feels almost easy. So I can kind of understand why the builds usually don't take very long. Like the demo and like making sure everything was coming together and ordering everything, and like the whole safety stuff, like fixing leaks and all that stuff, was really the part that took a long time. And now, because I made my build from the beginning fairly simple in my head, it seems to be coming together pretty good. I'm only making like, you know, a few little mistakes, but then like my first or second adjustment fixes the problem instead of like having to redesign or come up with like a whole new solution or a whole new product that I have to do research on and organize and stuff. So that's pretty cool. It's felt like I've learned a lot, and at the same time I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I think that's probably just how it feels. So an update, my kitchen storage is pretty much done. I have these little shelves with bins. No, stop connecting to my internet. 1 second. Okay, apologies. The angle's changed, but that's okay. Anyways, as I was saying, I have these little bins on shelves for my kitchen storage. Like I said, I kept the build process pretty simple because, again, to not be overwhelmed at the first part, but also because if stuff breaks on the road, like I still will ideally be working my full-time job, so again, like, I can fix things, like, okay, and won't get so frustrated if things do break. Like, for example, this is a pretty easy system to A, use, and again, it's just for myself, and B, like, there's just not much that could go wrong that would be bothersome if I had to live with something being broken for, like, 2 weeks as I was still working. Do you know what I mean? So that's that. This compartment here is going to be for my toilet / like bathroom area. I came up with something really simple and then realized that it totally didn't work, unfortunately, now that we're at like the very end. So my hesitancy to want to build a drawer, I have to build a drawer now. I really didn't want to because I knew that like when drawers don't fit perfectly, or like when they are like broken or like hard to get out, I don't know why that just like bothers me so much. And my dresser like at home is really broken, and my desk drawer, like, it's completely falling apart, and the drawers just bother me so much, so I was like, I'm not putting drawers in. That's why I kind of came up with the bin idea. But I have to build a slide out kind of like pull out drawer with the toilet to sit on it, because after some deliberation, that's pretty much what ended up happening, even though I thought my original plan was gonna work, but blah 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 blah. So, oh my gosh, I got one side of the slide on. This is like a scrap piece my sister's gonna use for her desk, but I managed to cut it to the right size, and I managed to be able to mount this drawer slide like right on the one side of it. They also lock, and they're good for 240 pounds. So that's a good thing. Just again, because I wasn't planning on doing a drawer, it's a little bit difficult to like install this now, because obviously my cabinet is like here and like built. I'm not just like doing the drawer and then like putting it in the frame. Like, it's gonna have to be attached to the frame, so hopefully it works. But yeah, I think so far this looks honestly pretty good. I'm a little bit concerned that it won't line up perfectly and it'll be a little bit tricky, but again, like, that's why I didn't want to do a drawer and I have to do a drawer, so we're just gonna try our best. I'm gonna put this same slide on the other end, and then just try and, basically I just like laid down a piece of 1/2-inch ply on the floor to basically keep like a little bit of space the same. What am I even trying to say? So that like the gap that will be air is like the same thickness from one side of the drawer to the other. I think I just pinched my back. Ow, what the heck? The other good thing about this lifestyle is obviously it's not going to be super comfortable, which is a good thing because I'm still decently young and want to not like be uncomfortable, but like as you get older, you only want to seek comfort more and more. And while my body can live uncomfortably, I think this will bring a lot of peace of mind in terms of comfort for my brain and a bit of uncomfort for my body. And I'd much rather do that at this stage in life because it's going to stretch my mind and it's also going to stretch my body. And I can afford that right now. So I have neighbors walking by and they can see me. Okay, I'm gonna try and build a drawer now. Okay, I did it. I did a thing. Let's see if we can film it okay. Alright, well, you're gonna have to sit down here. So, I do have locks on it as well. Sorry, sorry about this angle, but I'm just gonna have to make it work. Okay. So it locks into place, so it won't move like this, and I have sat on it. It's like a little bit scary, but just because I'm nervous about it. So you just push down these two knobs that lock it. It pulls out, this one's pretty big, this pulls out to 20 inches. And then it locks when it's out here, so it won't move. And then when you want to put it away, slide her into place. And there you have it. I have part of a bathroom in my kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna sit on it for the first time. Let's see what I think. Also, I'm not sure about the toilet direction, because when I originally decided that this was gonna be where it was stored, I had it measured so that it could sit this way, so you had like lots of space for your knees and whatnot. But it can also fit this way, which I did not anticipate, and it means that I have quite a bit of storage on like one side or the other, potentially. So, let's see. I'm trying like not to get in the way, which is why I look so awkward doing this, but whatever. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous. This breaks right now on camera. Oh my god. The thing is, I think it's gonna be fine. Except that there's no weight on this on the back, so it like comes up a little bit, which will be fine when the actual countertop is on. But that's so funny. There's like plenty of space. I'm like half not sitting on it fully just because I'm Trying not to like actually break anything when I don't need to, but wow. All right. Ah. Oh. That poor heater has fell down the stairs so many times. Well, guess who's back to Home Depot for the second time tonight because of a stupid $40 mistake. Dumb. You know how they always say measure twice and cut once? Yeah. Well, I at this point should have just measured once because my first measurement was correct and my second one was wrong. And now I'm angrily going back to Home Depot for the second time today for a project that I've restarted 3 weeks in a row now. Yeah. And on this week's episode, how does one build cabinet doors? On a more serious note, look how freaking cute it looks. One of my best friends actually decided to move to the UK, and she was actually calling me at this point, so I was FaceTiming her while wiring my fridge, and it's just such a random little funny moment that, I don't know, just warms my heart, and it feels so special remembering all these things from the bus build. Okay, I feel like I need to film this because this feels monumental. Look, okay, this is scrap wood because I was so confused on how to install these friggin' hinges, but look. A cabinet! It's not even screwed in all the way, and it's like a little bit awkward because this scrap piece is like not even close to cut straight, as you can clearly tell. I think it worked. I think I can build a cabinet. That's so cool. Okay. I think it's time to try on the actual door, which is scary. But I think it worked. At least enough. I'm like very nervous because I just want it all to come together nicely, especially when I get because like the hardware that I'm using is, I guess I can show you right now. They're these little like push button latches that people mostly use on like boats, so you like push it in and the little handle comes out and then you can like open it, and then when you like push the thing in close, I'll show you actually when I install them, but when you actually push it close, it'll lock, so the door won't open like when I'm driving and stuff, which is cool, but you have to like, you know, line it up perfectly with like the strike plate obviously, so I'm nervous about that side. But if this looks like this so far, I feel like that's a pretty good start. Should I try it? I'm nervous. I guess I can just redo it. What the heck? I've redone these cabinets how many times now anyway? Cool. Okay, I think I did it. So this is now what my first cabinet door looks like. You can kind of see the latch. So I'll push it in, and then that becomes the handle to pull it open. Here we are. And then close it. And now that's not opening. Let's go over here. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm glad I went with the silver instead of the black, because I do like it better. Matches the fridge latch and stuff. Okay. All right. We're building a kitchen! I really don't have much to say here, except that this was absolutely terrifying. I have 2 very large slabs of butcher block for my countertops, which I absolutely love. It was definitely a must and something that I really, really wanted when I first started this. But I knew that I had to make a few cuts in them, one of them being my oven, which actually turns into my table, which you kind of secretly saw. So I actually, ended up doing a pretty good job. I'm currently patting myself on the back, but you can't see that. So that was kind of the first thing. Obviously, I needed to cut my sink cutout as well, and yeah, we'll let this speak for itself. It was terrifying, but I did it. Yeah, I'm completely shaking. It actually fit the first time. Cutting this was so scary. And it fits, and I literally just like laid on the floor because I can't believe how long I've thought about this for years, and it was so scary and so stressful. And like this one thing, it's just like so coming together, and I like I can't stop like shaking. Oh my gosh. I've got a little helper in here. Finish sealing this butcher block. So I have this polyacrylic that I used to essentially seal any exposed wood that I thought would need like washing, such as, things that just weren't painted and were exposed wood. I don't know. I figured it couldn't hurt to put it on the cut where the oven was supposed to go. I'd already completely sealed my butcher block before I cut them, but, thought it couldn't hurt, right? Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. Okay, I get why people have pets on the road. You make this tiny home even cozier. Did you know that? What is it, not every Saturday that people carry their sink to their bus? Oh, I should show you too. Let me just set my sink on my fridge. I finished the interior freshwater plumbing last night. So this is roughly what my under the sink is gonna look like. And today we cut the second piece of butcher block and try and get sorted on installing this sink, but there's a couple other things I gotta figure out first. Okay. This one's a little bit of a doozy to explain, so just bear with me, alright? Essentially what was happening is anytime I'm about to do like a super large project on the bus and I genuinely need help because I can't physically carry things myself or something like that, I get everything so prepared, so ready for days in advance, and then we wake up bright and early Saturday morning. Sorry, my eye is watering like crazy, I don't know why. Then we wake up bright and early on Saturday morning, I prep my parents, I tell them the plan, like, we're all set up. When I did the ceiling, you'll remember my last video, I had a picture with them all labeled out. They were all color-coded, numbered. Each board was numbered with the length on it. Each 3 lengths corresponded to which width on either side of the fan or in the middle of the roof that they needed to sit perfectly on. When I had to redo that ceiling 3 times, That's why it was so stressful. Anyways, so everything was color-coded, numbered, ready, whatever. Same with the solar when I did those panels and stuff. Everything was like ready, laid out, mapped out, grab here, pass here, up there, everything. The same kind of situation happened with my countertops. So first of all, I started bringing all of these weights and textbooks upstairs. I bought all the different construction adhesives I thought that I would need. I also grabbed, I know there's debate about construction adhesive and gluing butcher block versus like using brackets and stuff. I ended up doing both. I don't think they're going anywhere. So we threw on the countertops this day. I was terrified, but my dad helped me. So here we were moving all of the weights inside the bus in preparation to get the butcher block in here, and then we would do lines of 2 different types of construction adhesive and glue. Then we would put the countertop down. Then I would move like hundreds of pounds of weight onto the countertops, like dispersed evenly, spaced out. It was stressful, but that's why I have random clips of me walking around the bus with like 50-pound weights. Yeah, it was quite an adventure, but dropping my sink in for the first time, just listen to that. Just listen. It was so satisfying. I can't believe I got such a perfect fit, and I just feel so incredibly good about it. And well, you'll see my reaction right after, but guys, I am truly so happy with my kitchen. I love it so much, and I honestly just cannot wait to live in here. It is so close. It is coming so soon. Can't wait. I can't even tell you how wild it feels to finally see your dream start coming true after working so hard at it for so long. I'm literally, you can see my phone. Like, my phone is on my new shelf, but I'm holding it and I'm shaking. Like, actually seeing my dream come true. I also want to say, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you're excited to see the final reveal, as I am excited to share it with you. And in terms of summer travel plans, maybe I'll see you guys someday down the road. Just remember, keep sharing those stories because every adventure is worthwhile, my friends. Bye.